You've just arrived at the airport, and you're ready to hop on a plane and start your awesome family vacation. Island vibes, tropical drinks, and warm sandy beaches. You can almost hear the waves rolling in. At that very moment, you're told that you can't board the plane because of a problem with your passport. You're like, what? What problem with my passport? Then you remember all those letters you got from the IRS about your taxes. Did the IRS take your passport because of tax debt? And if so, how do you get it back? That's the topic of today's video on the other side of the break.
1-877 Levy King, Levy, Levy King, 1-877 Levy King, LevyKing.com.
What's up, guys? Corey Hankerson here from Legacy Tax, and they call me the Levy King because I've helped thousands of clients with unfiled returns, back taxes, tax liens, and that's right, IRS levies. If the IRS took your check, the Levy King will get it back. 1-877 Levy King, LevyKing.com. I'm also the author of End the Tax Nightmare: Insider Secrets to Beat the IRS and Reduce Your Tax Debt. Inside the book, I'll show you how to stop IRS liens, levies, and garnishments without paying the tax in full. How to set up the payment plan that you want and not the one that they want. And how to potentially settle your tax debt for less than you actually owe. My book has been a top seller on Amazon for years, and you can buy it right now for $19.99. But I want to give you a copy of the book absolutely free. Just go over to my website. That's www.endthetaxnightmare.com and enter your name and email address, and I'll get you a copy of the book for free. Right away. No charge, not even for shipping. I'm talking about totally free. Before we go any further with the video, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm and hit the notification bell so you'll get a heads up each time we drop a new video. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram. All right, guys, let's dive into today's content. So the question is whether the IRS can deny your passport. Technically, the answer is no. The State Department does that. In 2015, Congress enacted a new law authorizing the IRS to provide the State Department with a list of individuals who owe more than $50,000 in back taxes. That law also requires the State Department to revoke an existing passport or deny an application for a new passport or passport renewal for anyone that's on that list. The IRS actually began sending the list of seriously delinquent tax debtors in 2017. The State Department actually began revoking passports and denying applications in 2018. In this video, I'm going to explain the process and also what to do if your passport has been denied or revoked. To understand the process, it's important to understand that the IRS uses passport revocation as a collection tool to get you to pay your taxes. The government doesn't really want to deny you the right to travel, but some individuals, especially non-residents or dual citizens who regularly travel to or from the United States, are particularly difficult to collect from. So threatening to take the passport might urge them to pay up. The first threat comes in the form of IRS letter 6152. This letter is telling you that the IRS considers your debt to be, quote, seriously delinquent, and that they will soon certify your situation to the State Department, where your passport could be in jeopardy. This letter gives you 30 days to call and avoid this. This is the point where you need to realize that it is now time to take action. Pick up the phone, dial 1-877 Levy King to prevent your situation from getting worse. Preservation is always easier and cheaper than the cure. Assuming that you don't call us, the next letter is an IRS Notice 508C. The IRS will mail Notice CP 508C to your last known address, notifying you of your certification to the State Department for having seriously delinquent tax debt. A notice will not be mailed to your representative. The normal procedure when you've hired a CPA, an attorney, or an enrolled agent to represent you is for the IRS to also send your representative copies of all notices which they mail to you. But in this case, they don't do that. So this is another example of why it is very important to open all IRS mail. Don't just ignore the letters and hope they'll go away. Open those things. After you get the 508C, the State Department must deny your application for a new passport and may revoke your passport that you already had. The State Department has the sole authority to revoke or deny a passport. As we said earlier, the IRS doesn't make this determination. The IRS only certifies to the State Department that you have seriously delinquent tax debt. But what is seriously delinquent tax debt? According to the IRS, seriously delinquent tax debt is individual federal tax liability, which includes civil penalties, that is assessed yet is unpaid and is also legally enforceable. It has to be greater than $53,000 for the tax year 2020. This amount is adjusted annually for inflation. So originally it was $50,000, now it's up to about $53,000. And the IRS must have already filed a lien or levy against you, and all your appeal rights have already been exhausted. So how do you resolve tax debt? To resolve this problem, you'll need to have the IRS reverse the certification of seriously delinquent tax debt. You can do that by paying the debt in full, establishing an installment agreement to pay the debt over time, establishing an offer in compromise to settle for less than the full amount that you owe, or entering into an installment agreement with the Department of Justice if they have already filed a lawsuit against you. You can file a timely request for a collection due process or CDP hearing. You can have the IRS mark the account as currently not collectible, or in some cases filing for bankruptcy. The most common solutions are going to be the installment agreement, currently not collectible, and the offer in compromise. I've already done other videos on this channel discussing each of those IRS resolution options in full detail. Links to those videos in the description below and in the comments, the cards above. Once you've resolved the underlying debt, the IRS will send you a notice called a 508R, which informs you that the tax debt is no longer seriously delinquent and the certification has been reversed. It takes at least 30 days to receive this notice and usually another 30 to 60 days for the State Department to do their job. Note, the IRS will not reverse the certification just because you pay the debt below the threshold. For example, right now the threshold is about $53,000. So if you get certified for $55,000 in tax debt, the IRS will not reverse the certification just because you pay $4,000, which then brings the debt under the threshold. I get that question from time to time, and it simply doesn't work that way. Once the seriously delinquent certification has been reversed, you'll need to work with the State Department to actually get your passport. The State Department should release the tax debt certification from your record, allowing you to get that passport. I say should because this process is supposed to happen in a relatively short time frame. But getting two separate federal government agencies to communicate with each other and work together is not always easy and never happens quickly. But you should be able to get your passport once you have resolved the issue of the seriously delinquent tax debt by having the IRS reverse the certification. Speaking of tax debt, I want you to know that there are special programs in place to help you get a fresh start. But how do you know if you qualify? You see, no two cases are exactly alike. So how do you know exactly how much you can settle for? Well, I've created a free tool to help you get qualified for a fresh start. Just head over to www.levyking.com or click the link below. Follow the prompts and answer a few simple questions, and we'll help you figure out your eligibility. That website again is www.levyking.com, or you can give us a call at 1-877-LEVY-KING. That's it for this week, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.
1-877-LEVY-KING, Levy, Levy King. 1-877-LEVY-KING, LevyKing.com.
Owe back taxes to the IRS? Call the Levy King. He's the best. 877 Levy King. LevyKing.com.
1-877-LEVY-KING.